Hey guys, welcome to Wednesday on Geeks of the Week. I'm Lulu. I'm a little out of it, so bear with me. Let's talk to the geeks before I talk about other things. Mario, I'm gonna beat you to the punch and review Spider-Gwen before you can, so there. I actually intended to spend most of this video discussing the first issue because this is a series I've really been looking forward to. As you guys, I don't read many comics as much as I'd like to, so this was kind of a big deal for me. But I actually don't have a ton to say about it. It was only one issue, so I don't know. I actually only just read it a few minutes ago because I got home late, and I did kind of rush through it because I wanted to get it over with so I could talk about it in the video. So I'm just going to give some preliminary thoughts instead of a full review. It definitely feels like an introductory comic, and I mean that kind of in a bad way. They set up a lot of things, but it was things I don't really care to see how they turn out, like Gwen's conflict with her bandmates. I don't feel anything about that. I think her being in a band is a neat twist, but it's not being presented very well. I don't find the villain interesting or even scary at all, so he's kind of a throwaway. I also don't like the art. I really just don't. To me, it's like really, really sketchy, and to me it feels unfinished and really rough. I like the colors a lot. I think they suit the story very well, but the art itself, I'm not digging so far at all. The big thing I did like about it was probably the most important thing, which is Gwen herself. I'm still kind of aching for that good girl gone bad storyline that I keep wishing that this was actually about. I don't think I'm gonna get it, but we did get a little more insight into her relationship with her father, which kind of helps give a little more personality and emotion and background to the story that I was really looking for in the Edge of Spider-Verse issue where Gwen made her debut. From my limited exposure to the Spider-Verse, it really does seem like Spider-Gwen really is just a gender-bent Spider-Man, because they share similar motivations and a similar sense of humor, but I can kind of forgive that because just like it's fun to see Peter Parker be a snarky asshole, it's also fun to see Gwen Stacy be a snarky asshole. I did find some of the humor to be genuinely funny, especially when Gwen starts leaving graffiti messages all over town for the Vulture. I won't spoil that, but there's this one part that really got me. I will definitely be picking up the next issue because I really do want to see where the story goes, but only because I love Gwen, not because the first issue really made me feel invested in it. Okay, that took me longer than I meant to, so I'm going to try and blitz to the other geeks so I can also give you my top 3 for the week. Nikki, I'm sorry you had to learn the pleasure/pain of working with Bondo, but your new Soraka hooves look fucking awesome, so worth? Steph, thank you for your anime recommendation. I've actually been really looking forward to seeing what you're going to suggest for me, and I was hoping it was going to be something super oddball that I've never heard of, and you delivered. I must tell you, my boyfriend's face absolutely lit up when you mentioned it was by the same guy who did Mobile Suit Gundam, and of course, I enjoyed that it was a predecessor to Evangelion, so that's definitely going on the watch list, assuming we can find it. I also haven't watched a good / so good it's bad mech anime in a really long time, so I'm very excited to check it out. I also don't watch much old anime in general, since I'm still relatively new to anime as a whole, despite me being kind of the anime geek on this channel. So it should be a good educational experience. Also, congrats on being a guest at ToyCon, and I hope you and your waifu have the best time ever. It's time to lay down the law with Baby J now. Baby J, first, I'm glad you're feeling better. I'm glad to see your face is back and that your camera's back. So, good things. Good deal. Secondly, I think you and I need to start doing a weekly segment called Baby J mispronounces Lulu's favorite game titles, and another one called Lulu corrects Baby J's pronunciation. This week on Lulu corrects Baby J's pronunciation is the latest installment in the Hyperdimension Neptunia series, Hyper Devotion Noir, Goddess Blackheart, which I own the special edition of because I'm trash and because it's beautiful. Now, if you're not familiar with the Neptunia series, it is basically a series made for people who like anime trash. It centers around 4 goddesses who represent the consoles from the 4 major gaming companies, and my favorite is, as you might have guessed, Noir, who represents the PlayStation. And since this came out this week, and the PS Vita celebrated its 3rd birthday a couple days ago, yeah, I like Neptunia. Let's not discuss the 3 games I now own for the Vita. Speaking of the Vita, like I was trying to say, the Vita had its 3rd birthday this weekend, and since it is basically the best system for weeaboo trash games, I'm going to count down my, so far, top 3 favorite games for the Vita. For the sake of variety, I did not include any of the Neptunia games, nor Persona 4 Golden, which is almost entirely the reason I wanted a Vita in the first place. Also, keep in mind that I only just recently got a decent library of Vita games because I only recently got a big enough memory card to play more than one at a time. Thanks, Sony. So, I haven't played a ton of games so far, so this is just my sort of rough list of 3 games I think are rad right now. So, my number 3 is Muramasa Rebirth. I only just started playing it last week, pretty recently, but so far it's a really fun beat-em-up game that's actually really, really, really fucking beautiful. The character designs are gorgeous, the backgrounds are immaculate. The guy who drew Spider-Gwen could learn a thing or two from this game. I'm really looking forward to playing more of it because I feel like there's a lot more there that I'm just not into yet as far as the story goes, and really looking forward to delving more into it when Danganronpa 2 isn't keeping me up all night. Number 2 is not Danganronpa 2, nor is it Danganronpa 1. It is actually Senran Kagura, one of the finest weeaboo trash games in history. Basically, it's about a bunch of girls at a ninja school, and as they fight each other, their clothes rip off. It's actually a really good game so far. Aside from that, I genuinely like most of the characters so far. For the most part, the combat is challenging enough to be fun, but not enough to be frustrating, and it's just actually a really well-made game. I'm enjoying it. I'm sure people will shit on me for ranking it higher than Muramasa, but to be fair, I've made it farther in Senran Kagura, and I'm just enjoying it more on the whole. Also, there's more boobies. That helps too. Number 1 on my list is one I think we can all agree on, and that is Touch by Katamari. I would have shown you the case, but I only have it downloaded, and it didn't show up, so we turned the lights off. Anyway, Touch by Katamari ranks as my number 1 Vita game, mostly because it's so far the only game I played on the Vita that I felt really meshes well with the Vita's touchscreen capabilities, especially considering it has one on the back as well. I actually like playing Katamari better on the Vita more than I like playing it with the PlayStation controller, because I just feel like the game mechanics, you know, the rolling and the tilting and the everything just works really well with the Vita. The Danganronpa series comes kind of close as far as series I've played that I think make best use of the touchscreen, but it also fails really, really hard in some ways, but that's a topic for another video. More important than that, Katamari still has the quirky Japaneseness that I've come to love in all things, as you guys know, and it's just a really fun game that's somehow challenging and kind of relaxing at the same time. It has enough stress to be fun and challenging, but it's not high enough stress that you can't play a couple games before bed and enjoy it. Katamari's great. Anyway, it's also called Touch My Katamari, and if you don't think that's hilarious, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, I have blabbed enough, so I will shut up. I'm gonna go play more Vita games, and I will see you guys next week.